I might just get you, if I can, on the whole debate about terror. There's nothing formal, but as I understand it, the government could be considering having a measure whereby where you could lock up a potential terrorist. There could be a trial that's done in secret. They say this would be needed to avoid agencies giving away their methodology, and someone would be detained, if you like, until further notice. Where do you sit on this, the necessity for it with the current terror threat?
We have preventive detention orders already on the books. I'm very unhappy about them.
The 14-day maximum?
Yes. We have provision for taking evidence in camera under certain circumstances. So, you know, we're well down that path. I don't believe they work. I don't believe there's any historical support for to show that that sort of thing has ever prevented, you know, violent behaviour, violent political behaviour, which is what we're seeing with Islamists. It didn't help very much in Ireland with internment, and I don't think it helped with the Indians when they were rebelling against British rule. There's really no support for that. The one that I am inclined to hold my nose over and say, OK, well, I think that might be worth a try as control orders. They are leaving people in their homes and you know, not locked up, but they're kind of like being on bail or on parole.
House arrest, basically.
It's sort of like house arrest.
Who would you be comfortable applying that to? Because what they seem to be saying is to monitor someone takes 8 intelligence staff a day, and that we can't actually monitor everyone we'd like to. That the example, Kyrie in Melbourne, that this man, maybe in an ideal world, would have been monitored, and they drop off this sort of list.
He should have been in jail. He shouldn't have been even out. He was out on parole. He should have still been in jail. But yeah, people who, you know, not everybody signals to the authorities that that they are, you know, hell-bent on jihadist violence. But there will be some people who will do it, and they're not very bright people by and large. They're not like drug smugglers who are very clever criminals. So
they could be getting a lot more clever though with.
I don't see any
coming
sign
back from overseas.
I don't see any sign of that. They're not that smart in the first place. Ankle bracelets are well-proven technology, monitoring behaviour, monitoring their behaviour. You can have closed-circuit TVs. You can have them reporting to the police twice a day. You can have a 5K radius that they're allowed to wander in.
That still requires surveillance. So basically you're saying, we're just about out of time, sorry, if the government wants to ramp this up, you wouldn't condone people being locked up on suspicion, but on suspicion, if there's some sort of process,
with a reasonable
home
process,
arrest
yes.
style thing, you think that's where we could be getting at?
That's more palatable.
And a few hundred maybe across the country, the highest risk.
Yes.
Yeah, you could be comfortable holding your nose, as you say, but you think that's where we're at?
Well, yes, I'd find that far more palatable than locking people up without trial.
Is this something you discussed with the government, or?
Not recently, and I have been a fierce critic of their terrorism laws at every stage, because I think, you know, they're undermining, they're doing we're doing to ourselves what the terrorists would like to do to us anyway. Losing our civil liberties is something they would take, they'd take them away. But so they broadly know my position, but until that proposal comes on the table, I don't set the government's policy.
We'll see where it goes, but Liberal Democratic Senator David Leyonhjelm, thanks for your time today.
You're welcome, thank you.